We all know Brian is far from perfect. He's done a lot of dumb things, and I mean a lot of fucked up things.
Somebody help me! I'm sinking!
Hurry! I can't hold it!
Okay, let me just unstrap my baby.
Oh, slipping, sorry. No!
But there is one thing that Brian did that showed exactly how fucked up Brian Griffin actually is. And there's an episode that shows it. Season 12. Brian's a bad father. The episode started with Peter, Joe, and Quagmire hunting. We're not going to get into that part. Long story short, Peter shoots Quagmire, Quagmire's pissed, Peter wants to fix their friendship, Quagmire shoots Peter, and now he's brain dead.
A writer who inherits a magic typewriter that writes for him. But then it turns out the typewriter is racist?
Yeah, that's it.
Totally makes sense. Older technology, older worldview.
Don't see where that makes sense. Dylan calls Brian. You know Dylan, Brian's human son, which whom he shares with Tracy Flanagan.
And all he wants is to kiss you just one more time.
He's first introduced in season 6 in the former life of Brian. Brian thinks he lost his chance at love. He visits an old soulmate in Tracy Flanagan. He finds out he has a son, Dylan. Tracy leaves him with Brian, and Brian is now forced to be a great father. Well, he ends up just becoming annoying and unpleasant to be around, but it somehow broke Dylan out of his alluring personality.
I hate you all! I didn't ask to be born! If I had a gun, I would kill you all!
The family is so fed up. Correction, Lois is more so fed up. Tracy comes back to get Dylan, and she's confused because she thought it was The Price is Right for some reason.
This isn't The Price is Right. You said we were going to The Price is Right.
Dylan leaves with her, and that was the last we saw of Dylan until this episode. Now that you're all recapped, Stewie walks in and he notices Dylan calling Brian and says he's gonna ignore Dylan. Stewie, however, answers the phone and blows Brian's spot up, and Brian agrees to meet with Dylan at the coffee shop. Well, Tuesday rolls around and Brian is still sitting on the couch. He plans on blowing off Dylan until he sees the news on, and Dylan is now on a brand new TV show on Disney Channel.
Brian, did you hear that? Your son's gonna be a TV star. Brian?
Wow. Brian asks Dylan to put him on his show. He agrees to do it as a way to spend time with his dad. He's introduced, and of course, he's full of himself.
Hi, guys. Yes, I am that Brian Griffin. You probably have my novel, but just so you know, in here, I'm just one of the guys, all right? You have my novel, right? Nope. Nope. You got it, though. Nope. You got it? Nope. Nobody's got it. All right.
He changes the script and has Dylan put a gun to his head and ends up being fired. Dylan realizes Brian's been using him and he tells him he never wants to see him again. Brian feels bad, yet he stole all of the catering. Now he's drinking Rite Aid brand whiskey, which I didn't even know they made. Brian realizes he has to make things right with Dylan, and he ends up getting beat up by the security guard. Stewie ends up auditioning for the show as Zach Sawyer. For context, Zach Sawyer is Stewie's cool alter ego. First introduced in season 6, the episode McStroke. He dated Connie D'Amico in a high school experiment. She breaks up with him when she found out he's not quite up to par with her past exes. I'll put it like that. Now, back to the regular scheduled program. Stewie gets casted, and on set, he delivers a monologue pretty much telling Dylan to accept Brian's not perfect and to give him another chance. Dylan meets up with Brian at the park, and Brian gives him an almost heartfelt apology. I mean, but like, what do you expect? The entire family have always told Brian about himself. Stewie built a whole robotic clone of Brian just so he can discover that he hates himself. Like, bruh. This probably has to be the lowest thing Brian has ever done. And he's done a lot. I mean, he's ignored child abuse just to get with Mrs. Emily, Stewie's daycare teacher, and it was the time he let Jess die and then immediately tried to kill her when she came back to life. Attempted assault on high school girls, tried to get with Patty. Oh, and he gave Stewie and Chris her... You know what? Maybe that wasn't the worst thing Brian has ever done. Compared to these, that was a cakewalk. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn the post notification bell, and look, it's Peter excited to have his friends back.
Have I told you that we're all friends again?
Yes, Peter, we were just talking about it.
You're gonna take me to the zoo and roll me around. And we're all friends again.